Things recently got even worse when it came to actor Pedro Pascal when he yet again, for the upteenth time, attacked Marvel fans by delivering the following. As a man from Chile, and one who is proud to be a male feminist, especially in this toxic industry, when you take a very close look at the current state of Marvel right now, I think, yeah, there is a lot of division going on, but it's mainly driven by sexists and misogynists that are either misguided or uneducated, and are blindly following this presidency that is run by Trump, and supporters of his that are very obnoxious. When I came on board of the Fantastic Four, I think that we all saw this coming from Marvel fans. I know Kevin Feige did when he told me to expect outlandish behavior from one side of the country in response to using a female iteration of the Silver Surfer.
Marvel's latest gamble was supposed to launch a new dynasty, a Fantastic Four reboot that could erase years of fatigue, captivate fans, and reignite the MCU with a billion-dollar box office bang. Instead, it's become the most torched blockbuster of the year, a franchise nightmare unraveling in public view, and at the eye of the storm, Pedro Pascal, charismatic superstar, unexpected lightning rod, and now, the face of Marvel's greatest box office disaster. The hype was insane. Marvel promised not just a new superhero flick, but a turning point, a fresh beginning, paving the way to Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and the cataclysmic Avengers, Doomsday. Disney's bosses were rubbing their hands, expecting magic and billions. Instead, they got mayhem. And the numbers weren't just bad, they were catastrophic. That first weekend, hopeful press releases, positive spin. Second weekend, numbers nosedived off a cliff. The global box office, usually Marvel's safety net, shrugged its shoulders. And the third week, disaster mode. No amount of spinning could hide the truth. Executives panicked, fingers pointed, emails flew, and suddenly Pedro Pascal was making headlines for all the wrong reasons. Here's where the story turns wild. It's not just about ticket stubs. It's outrage, fan rebellion, and a Marvel crowd that felt plain betrayed. Pedro Pascal's casting as Reed Richards sent shockwaves. A risky choice for a classic hero, igniting forums, fan sites, and meme factories worldwide. Some hailed him as daring. Others accused Marvel of sacrificing legacy for hype. And then, just as things could get no hotter, Marvel introduced a female Silver Surfer, Shalabal, hoping for boldness, sparking controversy. Was it innovation or agenda? The debate blazed, but the movie burned even hotter in the firestorm.
Which I thought was better than what they did back in 2007, by the way, with Norrin Rad. I think Shala Bal is the future for the Silver Surfer and should continue as such. But the greatest threat that we are dealing with right now for the future of the MCU is that there are unfortunately many fans out there that are afraid of women and powerful female roles still to this day in 2025. I mean, just look at what they said about Captain Marvel and She-Hulk and even Ms. Marvel. It was totally uncalled for and uncalled behavior coming obviously from Trump supporters. But getting this opportunity to play Mr. Fantastic and to hear the criticism about my portrayal of him, I think it's all driven from the fact that I'm against the administration. I'm against Trump's policies, and that angers people, and so they have to take their anger out on the characters that I play.
Pascal didn't help. This was a press tour dripping in drama, where every interview was politics, division, and controversy. Instead of soothing critics, Pedro doubled down, launching into political rants, defending every creative decision with a shot at the audience. The online world exploded, hashtags trending, arguments spinning, fan voices suddenly drowned out by the noise. Marvel was talking about activism and agendas. The fans wanted awe, action, and the Fantastic Four they'd loved for generations. The numbers told the rest. Reviews labeled it bland, popcorn filler. Social media fizzled, memes mocked, groups decried Marvel's lost touch. Die-hard fans, once obsessed, watched with a sinking heart as Disney fumbled at every turn. The studio was in damage control, canceling features, cutting Pascal's press time, trying anything to regain lost ground. But the real pain wasn't behind the scenes. It was in the theaters, where empty seats and tepid applause became the tragic echo of what was promised and never delivered. Fast forward to the fallout. Marvel has never looked more vulnerable. Fatigue isn't just a word, it's a wave, drowning the old magic. Superhero burnout, fans hissed. Disney overload. The chronic churn of releases blurred the wow factor into a bland, disconnected string. Marvel tried selling bold choices as futurism, but fans wanted timeless, sweeping heroics, not headlines, not politics, not scapegoats. The most explosive drama, though, Pedro Pascal versus the fanbase. His comments painted critics as villains, stoked divisive fires, and left Marvel's loyalists feeling shunned, accused, not heard. Every time Pedro spoke, the movie got messier, criticism became controversy, and instead of a blockbuster launch, Marvel was unpacking Twitter battles and boycotts. Disney stood by its star, but it felt tone-deaf. The message: Marvel cared more about defending the brand's decisions than listening to the people who made it famous. Behind closed doors, there were furious arguments about dialing back the politics, scaling down the release calendar, trying to recapture lost magic. Publicly, the studio gritted its teeth, but fans wondered if the trust, once Marvel's crown jewel, could ever be rebuilt. Now, all eyes shift to Avengers. Doomsday. This is Marvel's nuclear option, the project that could make or break the MCU. If it fails, the empire shakes. Pedro Pascal is right in the mix, still unbowed, still divisive, still making headlines. The tension? Unbearable. Will Marvel learn, adapt, regain its spark? Or will superhero fatigue finally bury the blockbuster age, leaving only memories of glory and lessons in hubris? Fantastic Four's disaster isn't just about lost money. It's the battle scar, the wake-up call, the warning that even a legend can stumble. Politics, controversy, damaged trust. Marvel's box office implosion became a global spectacle about more than movies. It's about fandom, loyalty, and the soul of a franchise at war with itself. Every Marvel fan knows this story isn't over, because if the next step fails, the whole MCU could go down in history as the greatest crash in comic book drama. So grab your popcorn, the Marvel Meltdown saga is still unfolding, and this chapter is impossible to ignore.